What is good with my YouTube family? Welcome back to the channel. For those who don't know me, my name is Monty. Welcome back to my channel. For those who've been around for a minute, appreciate you for tuning in to another video. Appreciate you for rocking with me all the way, the long way. Appreciate you. Even my newcomers, appreciate you. I do have a Discord for my new creators, and I do have a Discord for my day traders if you want to join. Join up. Just trying to build a community of people that want to do the same thing. All right. Probably gonna get some backlash off this video. What else is new? Probably gonna get people that disagree, which is fine. You have a right to your opinion. What else is new? And I'm probably gonna get people who aren't gonna listen to the video thoroughly. What else is new? For now on, I'm just liking comments because YouTube says I'm bullying y'all in the comments and they delete my comment. So I'm just going to respond in videos. That's why this is happening. Join the army and reap the benefits. It's in a comment that said this. Now, we all know finding a job is pretty hard and it's a living hell. And if you don't think so, tell that to half of the hundreds of comments that I've gotten of people telling their story about they haven't had a job in years. They're going through temp agencies. And granted, a temp agency does help you find a job, but remember, it's a temp agency, temporary. They have the right to get you a job. They get you a job, but is it valid for you to be there forever? No. You either get in or they have you in seasonal positions where they keep you or they don't. Okay. Now, we all know that part, right? So we can agree to disagree on that. I understand why people are so hesitant about joining the military. There's a lot that goes behind it. The conversation around joining the military, for many, it feels like a last resort. A choice that you only make if you're desperate. That's how people look at it. And I'm gonna be honest. I see both sides of the spectrum. What if I told you that for some people, the military provides financial stability, career training, opportunities, and many more? Would you be interested? Now wait, I'm not pushing nobody or persuading nobody to join the military, and I'm also not criticizing the military. I'm just talking about a topic. That is all. Because I know a lot of people are struggling with decisions in general, and maybe this could be one that, maybe you're a person that doesn't really vibe with the military, or maybe you kind of deciding. With the way things are going right now, everyone's struggling to figure it out. So we're going to talk about it. The job market, Jesus. We all know the job market is so just outdone, all right? And it feels impossible to find a job. The wages haven't kept up with inflation at all. Every entry-level job wants you to have 3 to 5 years of experience without you even getting experience because they don't give you a chance to get experience. It just, I need y'all to make that make sense. A job want me to have 3 to 5 years of experience after graduating. I apply for the job. Y'all don't even give nobody the chance to get the job, to get experience. That doesn't make sense to me. Okay. There's a reason why the traditional jobs are failing. There's a reason. And if you think about it, bro, back in the day, you could get a job right out of high school, work 40 years, retire comfortable if you did it correctly. Now, rent, insane. Healthcare insurance. I know there's people that had a set price on healthcare insurance. Now they can probably barely pay for it or don't have none at all. That's the new thing now. It just feels like no matter how much or how hard you work, you always can't get ahead or you falling behind. It's one of the two. It's one of the two. Now, what is the alternative that people have? What is it? Gig work. That's why you see most people doing DoorDash and Uber Eats, Lyft, Uber, Instacarting, all these gig work apps, right? But it's inconsistent. In some states, it lacks benefits, right? Starting your own business. Good idea, right? It's rewarding, but not everyone can do it. Not everyone is knowledgeable on how to start an LLC. Not everybody is knowledgeable on how to get business credit. Not everybody is knowledgeable how to trademark your name. Not everybody is knowledgeable how to do those things. They're not. And they're not even going to take the time to look up the information. They're not. And trades, I'm going to be honest, they're solid for most. But even those are becoming harder to break into for some, unless CDL might be the way. CDL might be the way because this CDL you can freelance. How? If I bought my own truck and delivered for people with my own truck, mind you, imagine how much money I would pocket versus being an hourly person working for, I don't know, Pepsi. CDL might be the way. Or for some, military. Military can fit into the equation, right? Because for some, this may be a way out. Not everybody is going to be able to do the following that I said, right? But the military might be the way for them to break free. Don't crack bad on the military just yet. I know what you're thinking. Man, military ain't for me. The army ain't for me. A lot of people say that. Or this, I don't want to risk my life, lose my freedom, deal with discipline. And the thing is, the discipline part, you should already be doing for yourself. But you know what? Trust me, I get it. I get it. Because I got to look at both sides, right? These are some valid reasons, but I can also see why the military would be a great option as well. People avoid because of this, right? One of the biggest reasons that I hear people say is it's the fear factor and the risk factor of joining the military. You hear about combat zones, dangerous missions, and life-threatening situations. And even if you're not in a combat role, the idea of putting yourself in harm's way is a deal breaker for people. It's just, the fear is valid, don't get me wrong, but not everyone is built for that type of danger. Another huge problem is the loss of, I guess, freedom, personal freedom. You know, you're not just taking a job. This is a commitment. You are committing to this type of lifestyle. This is a lifestyle, y'all. You don't get to quit. Most of y'all quit. I tell y'all that all the time. You quit too early, and it's the easiest thing for you to do when it get hard. In the military, you can't quit when it get tough. They'll have your ass running laps. You go where they tell you, when they tell you, and how they tell you. Simple. For a lot of people, that is a deal breaker. Now, there's a lot of concerns that you might be having, right? Some people don't agree with the U.S. foreign policy. Read up on that. Or the idea of war in general, right? Joining the military means you're representing the system, right? And for many, that's a line that they can't cross. Again, I can see it. Another valid point. You have to understand everyone has their own values. And I'm trying to see it from both sides because I understand how it is to have your own values and stand true to yourself. I get that for sure. But this stereotyping, the military and the stigma behind the military, like the military isn't bad. And most people try to paint this picture as if it is, right? With no other option, people say things like, only join the military if you have to. You know, only join the military if you're desperate. It's just for kids who honestly don't know what they're doing or what they want to do, right? That's an outdated thinking. You know, the military isn't just for like a last resort. I don't know why people like say that. It's more of like a strategic choice. You got to understand, if you're going through struggle, right? Why keep going through struggle when the military can be your better option to help you out your situation? Now, for some people, they made the choice and went. For some people, that's something that they struggle with. And people nowadays have to understand that there's a lot of reasons why they don't want to join. You get me? Before we get into why people join, let's address the benefits. Just like this young lady said that she's getting. And they see that others might not, okay? Let's jump into that. First of all, with the military, there is financial stability. First of all, one of the top reasons people join is there's a steady paycheck. There's housing allowances, food, on the job training, you get a career, you know, you get the whole nine. When you out here, you tend to face more obstacles. There's more layoffs. Layoffs are more common. Benefits are damn near a luxury. When you in the army, military, they damn near make sure you straight. You will never be homeless for the most part. You're always going to have a roof over your head. They're going to take care of you. When you join the military, that's almost like joining like a clan, bro. That's what it is. They take care of their people, right? You have the education bill. So if you're a person that wants to go to school, they pay for it. The GI Bill. That is a huge, huge advantage. Y'all know I talk about the amount of student loan debt that is in America, crazy high. And y'all know that. Hell, I was a person that had student loan debt. All right. Books, college tuition, and even housing while you're in school. While you're in school. Imagine graduating debt-free. Shit. Man. Most people spend decades paying off that burden of debt. Because that's what it is. It's a burden. Debt is a burden. Paying off student loans, but the military members don't have that weight on their shoulders. So is the military so bad? No. Can I see why people won't join or don't really want to make the decision to join the military? Yes. Now let's keep going. Career training. The military has, when you join, the military offers hand-on experience. You know, I talk about that all the time. When you out here, most of the time, there is none of that. There's none of that. They barely want to do on-the-job training at most jobs. They want you to already know what you're doing, have the experience, and have this much experience, and that's that. And if you don't, then kick rocks, pretty much. That's how it's going, right? In the civilian world, someone who doesn't want to go to college but still wants a solid career, that's a game changer. That's a game changer. Healthcare and retirement. Now, for most of the people that's in their 21s, 20s, they don't think about 401ks. They don't think about having investments. They don't thinking about having a high yield savings. Like, if you was to go up to a young person and ask them, do you got a high yield savings? You know what a high yield saving is? They're probably not going to know what you're talking about. They're not going to know. Just like half of y'all don't. Man, let's keep going, bro. Military members and their families get free or low-cost health care. Now, that don't sound too bad. I don't know why people knock the military, which, in my eyes, I take that as a blessing. That's a blessing. In a country where medical bills can ruin your life, I don't know. After 20 years of service, you get a pension. You can go sit down somewhere, travel, all the things that you want to do now. You might have to wait a little minute, but you'll still have that luxury later on. Do you get what I'm saying? You have purpose and growth. A lot of people struggle with finding their purpose. And whole time, maybe yours was to go there, to find it. You never know. For some, it's about more than just money and benefits. The military gives you a sense of purpose, discipline, and confidence. It sure do. I got cousins that then went to the military. Came out a whole different person. They needed that. You're part of something bigger than yourself, more than you understand, right? And that kind of growth can be life-changing for somebody. Life-changing. But you won't even give it the satisfaction or give it the thought because of your ego. For most people. Is it right for you? Sometimes in life, you got to do some self-reflection on yourself. You got to sit back and really evaluate, like, is this really for me? Is this the move that I should make? And how do you know that if the military is right for you? You got to ask yourself, are you struggling? You already know the job market sucks. How can I pay for school? Am I going to pay out of pocket? Am I going to take out a student loan? Do I want to go into debt? Are you okay with the commitment? Are you okay with discipline? Are you okay with struggling for this temporary time of going through training and exercise and getting up early? Are you willing to do that? If these are answers that all mark yes, it might be worth exploring. It might be worth the time. You got to acknowledge the trade-offs, right? Let's be real. Again, the military is not going to be for everyone. But if all of what I said marks the check boxes for you, consider it. The risk, the loss of freedom, and the commitment are all major trade-offs for a better situation. Does that trade-off or mark off a box for you? Consider that. And if it's not for you, cool. That's okay. That's all right. But don't let stereotypes that you hear from other people put fear in you and stop you from making decisions. You get me? Look up stuff for your own self and evaluate your own situation and make a decision. Don't ask people. You got to make a decision for you. You get me? At the end of the day, the military isn't a perfect solution. That's not what I'm saying at all. But for some, it's a way out. It's a way out of a tough situation that they might be in, a tough bind, you know, a path to a better future. So, what do you think? Let me know down in the comments. But I wanted to touch base on that because I thought that was pretty funny, me seeing that, because I was like, joining the military, yeah, you got a point, but I also see why people don't. You gonna tell a 50-year-old to join the military? I don't even know if they're gonna take a 50-year-old. They're probably gonna put him at administration. You know, it's just stuff like that. You know, what if a 30-year-old or a 40-year-old is struggling right now? What do you do with that? You know? Not everybody's young. You do realize that, right? I don't know. That's just my take on it. Y'all let me know down in the comments. Cause that was something I wanted to talk about that I seen. So I'll see y'all later.